Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Very Biased Opinions.
And welcome to Euro 2020. We are going to look at every team group by group and give our predictions for the first round of fixtures. And now, before my batteries run out, and without further gilding of the lily, it's time to move on to Group E.
Yes, if you haven't seen all the other groups that we've covered, you could go back and check them now. They're all on the channel. And as I've said, for every single one, Euro 2021 is being held across multiple countries in Europe, with multiple cities acting as host cities and host venues. And this one is going to be St. Petersburg and Seville, which gives home advantage to the first side we are talking about, which is Spain, Thomas.
Yes, Ian, it is Spain. Not world champion. Not European champion. Just plain old Spain. Just Spain. But they do have a striker at this tournament, managed by Luis Enrique. They play a 4-3-3. No Ramos, but they do have some biscuits, so that'll be good. We know how this team play. Even if they lose a game 4-0, they'll have 78% of the possession and be one of the most boring back four passing sides you have ever seen in your entire life. Morata will lead the line up front, flanked by Ferran Torres and someone probably named like Oyarzabal or something like that, who honestly sounds like a fictional character from some weird Swedish book that like jumps out of bushes and steals children at night. But it's just my opinion on this man. In the midfield, Pedri, Rodri, Koke, Biscuits, they're all going to be there. Down the back, they've got new boy Laporte, who's switched allegiances just to play in this tournament. Pau Torres, who's been linked to every big club in the world. Azpilicueta on the right, somebody called Gaia on the left, which makes me think that it's like the woman god of Earth. I don't know how she got into this team. And David De Gea, he who can't save a single penalty ever in his entire career, is at the back in goal for them.
Yeah, a couple of other players we haven't touched on, is Adama Traore, who will bring a different dynamic to the Spanish side if they do need to chase a game, and he is there that can add a bit of pace rather than the 5-yard sideways passing. Dani Olmo as well, pretty good player for Leipzig in there too. But Enrique has chosen to only take a 24-man squad instead of the 26, saying he didn't want any passengers there.
Yeah, I also can't wait for him to pick up like 6 injuries in the first game and be like, I have no one to play. I have no kids. I have no nothing. Who doesn't take 26 players?
If you're given the option, it seems absolutely stupid that you don't take it. But look, this Spanish side's going to be good. They're going to control so many games. They're going to dominate possession stats. And for me, they're the best side in this group. But they're not alone in this group, Thomas. There are some other teams we need to talk about. And we'll move on to the second side, which is Poland.
Paulo Sousa's only just taken over, but they'll probably be playing a 4-2-3-1. Look, let's be honest. This is a one-man team. Even with talent anywhere else, when you have the number one goal scorer on earth, a player who is just undoubtedly the best at putting the ball in the back of the net in Lewandowski, this entire team is made up of just get the ball in the box somehow, and this guy's going to score. And that is what I expect to see out of Poland. They're going to be well-drilled. They're going to be hard to beat. And their entire game plan will be Lewandowski get in the box and we'll just hit it there every chance we can.
Yeah, they were when England played them. They were rubbish. I mean, they nearly got a draw because it's England, right? But they were rubbish. They weren't a good side. Klitsch is a good player. Obviously, we've seen him do well at Leeds, and Fabianski. They've got a great goalkeeper. But yeah, it's
Benderek's good at the back.
It is the Lewandowski show, as you said. If you get whether he does well at this tournament is whether Poland do well at this tournament. But if he takes even half the form from his Bayern Munich season into this tournament, Poland should do pretty well, especially with the other two sides in this group. We move to World Cup quarter-finalists, Thomas. We move to Sweden.
I'm really sad, Ian, because Sweden technically have a player who I spent my entire life calling the Swedish Jack Frost, and I can't remember what his name is, and he no longer plays for them, so I can't be rooting for them. But they still have a very Swedish-looking side with players in it like Kulusevski, Larsson, Olsen, Forsberg, Olsen.
There's nobody, without literally naming the whole squad, there's nobody in there that is a star. Like Zlatan was like the star, and he nearly came back, but they had to. He unfortunately got injured, so he's not there. So he loses a lot of interest in the Sweden side without him. They're workmanlike, they're decent, they're probably like cause an upset or two along the road because they usually do pretty decent in tournaments. Robin Quaison, he's had a great year at Mainz. I think he's become like their record goal scorer. Forsberg's a decent player as well, but just expect them to be very typically Sweden, like not dominate, not be particularly exciting to watch. Pretty good from set pieces, but on the flip side, a tough side to beat.
Now I know obviously we've got one more team to talk about here, but I already feel like these bottom two sides, they're going to be the whipping boys, except that I think the next side at least has a couple players I've heard of before, because the final side we cover in this group, Group E, is Slovakia.
Yeah, there's another side with another new manager. Stefan Tarkovic has only been there since October, so he's still finding his feet in many ways of what the best formation is going to be. And a lot like what we talked about with Poland, really. They're kind of really a one-man side as well, with Hamšík being the one real out-and-out star that provides all the attacking quality. So it is going to be very much about a side that's built about keeping it tight, and they play almost like a 4-5-1 really in recent games, which kind of evolved into something else. But it's very much built on keeping the games tight and don't lose the games before you try and go out and win it. Pekaric's a decent fullback when he's given the license to run forward, but I don't think he'll get much opportunity to do that. So really it's about, again, what we said about Lewandowski carrying the Polish side. Hamšík will be the guy carrying the Slovaks if they do anything decent at this tournament.
And much like that Polish side we talk about, another good goalkeeper here, Dubravka in goal for Slovakia. They are going to be solid at the back, and I just think they're going to be better than the Swedes no matter what I look at. But Ian, before we move on to predictions, let me quickly thank our Patreon backers. Thank you, Matthew Bowden, PJ Simpson, and there's another one, Robert Allen of the Allen clan. Please, if you're enjoying this, please consider looking in the description. Follow us to our Patreon page. There is a special Euro 2020 following rate. We'd love it if you guys should show a little support. Equally, just smash subscribe, hit like, and let us know what you think of every game down in the comments. And now, Ian, it is time to enter the war chart.
Yes, that would be a good time to enter some sort of fancy graphic then, Thomas, but we don't have one, or I haven't been bothered to make one. But yes, when it is an international tournament, it's not just predictions. Me and Thomas literally go to war over these sorts of things. So we are going to start with the first round of games in Group E, Poland versus Slovakia. So basically what we might as well say, Lewandowski versus Hamšík.
And I think Lewandowski will come out on top in this battle of the Slavic nations. I am predicting Poland 2, Slovakia 1.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a slightly better win for Poland, actually. I think it'll be a 2-0 win for Poland and a good start for them in the tournament.
Excellent. And we move along to Spain versus Sweden, or the winners of the group versus fourth place in the group.
Yeah, Tom, I'll throw out a bonus point to you if you get the possession stat right, but I'm going for 80% possession for Spain, and I'm going for a 1-0 win for the Spanish.
Excellent. I'm going to go with a 72% possession, but I raise your 80% with 23 shots to the Spanish to 1 to Sweden. And the 1 is actually a deflected cross that goes towards the goalkeeper.
They will never have that many shots because they will try and just do too many slide rule passes in the box and get crowded out.
Yeah, I'm annoyed you're going with 1-0 because that would have been my score. So 2-0 to the Spanish.
And that'll just about do it for this video. We're nearly there now. We've got 5 groups down, 1 to go. And if you did like this video, hit the like button. That helps us out so much. And if you like the content, hit the subscribe button and hit the notify bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Go check out the Patreon stuff as well, as Thomas mentioned earlier, if you do want to back us. But we've only got 1 more group to go, so stick with us. We're nearly there. And we will see you for the final group. The group of death is Group F.